people. OG back on the screen. Now, I want to talk about speed boosting, the capabilities, launch animations is going to be different in 2K23. Now, in this game, it's kind of sluggish. Not sluggish, but everybody left rights, because that's really like the best way to kind of move. And when we're looking at DeAndre Ayton right here in this leaked NBA 2K23 gameplay, all people say gameplay, I always show gameplay. Even if I'm just showing the same gameplay, as I'm talking about more key things that tie into other stuff. So this is why I'll show gameplay right here. Now look, his stamina's only going down. We do not see an adrenaline bar. He has one adrenaline bar that's gone, but his stamina's going down. His other adrenaline bars do not go down. So this means you can get certain launch animations still without utilizing adrenaline. So that means adrenaline's like more of a powerful speed boost, more of a powerful attack at the rack. So it's kind of balancing it out if people can really look at it. People are looking at adrenaline like that's your stamina too. Like, oh, it's like 3 turbos, like it's a racing car game. It's basketball. So they're just implementing a stronger speed boost, which is to where you probably can get the fastest speed while doing your adrenaline, depending on how high your stamina bar is. And then they have the lowest ones. You see what I'm saying? Where your stamina's a little bit low. And you're going to get a speed boost like this. And you see how he gets a bad layup animation. So it's showing you how that little speed boost wasn't that much crazy effective for somebody to say, oh, it's cheating, big men shouldn't have it. No, 6'11" players can attack the rim just like this. That's nothing crazy. You got to understand, 2K has given us that little all-star kind of aspect this year. All right, so we're going to get off this screen. If anybody has also some questions, I'm also going to do a question and answer. I haven't been looking at too many questions, but we're going to get into some questions in this video. I'm going to look at the comment section, so let me know. I'll answer them within the next video spams that's about to come up. Now, look at him. 6'11", 250 pounds. They have to start implementing this. So the game's going to start getting to this point. Weight, you see his weight, right? Got good weight on him. Stuff like this is going to start mattering. Like having the weight, you got to have a good weight. Strength, you're hearing a lot of YouTubers telling you it's going to play out. So this is my key little gem on strength. I feel like strength is going to be very easy to get. It's just going to depend on like the weight. Not easy. I feel like certain builds, you know how 2K will still give you certain things where you can still make the free throw go high even though you got a whole bunch of stats placed somewhere. It's going to be that same type of similar way. Like certain builds, you're at least going to be able to get the capability to at least have maybe a 50 strength. You ain't going to see people on 0. You'll probably see some real low, but you're going to see where people are going to be able to have enough points to put some there. So they're just not weak and they can handle some body up confrontations, right? That's going to start being a big factor into the builds now. People are not just going to be saying, oh, forget strength now. It's going to change the whole game process, right? So you see he has a 61 ball handle. That's not bad. And a 55 speed with ball. Now he could have like a 54, 50. You see what I'm saying? 31. Like, understand these stats matter to a certain extent, so he can handle the ball at a 6'11" big height, right? We also have other centers like this. Let's go to some more centers for you guys. Let me see. We go over to the Lakers. We go to AD, another 6'10". So he's a little bit shorter. Ball handle in the 75. This is why we had gotten the all-star builds. You understand why we're getting this, y'all? They're just trying to balance, refine things, because players are learning how to cheese certain things. This is why the dunk meter, they was cheesing that with certain bigger heights. Yeah, they could say that the meta guards were OP, smaller guards were OP, but no, if you knew how to use bigger players, had the right team, smaller guys are out of the door, because you were able to start making glitch builds to where you can get the same launch animations as them. You just have to have be more wise and have more IQ to not overuse it. They just have the ability to use it longer because they just have the certain stats. So yeah, you are making a build to keep up with them in a sense, but not necessarily, because it all boils down to play style and how that play style is being implemented in the game. So this is why 2K said, you know what, we got to scratch everything, make everybody be able to be on the same playing field. Nobody having glitch builds. Some players don't know how to make glitch builds. They don't be on YouTube to make them. So they have to balance that out now. We got to make it to where everybody's playing on a fair playing level, right? Now, let me go to another 6'11" center. I don't know who this is really like that, but we're going to go over down here and see where his ball handle is at, a 76. Are y'all seeing this? So when I'm telling y'all, like, okay, they're advancing, they're not taking stuff away. I feel like when people hear IRL basketball play style, they ultimately take that as in like, oh, the game's going to become bad. No, it's being more expanded. Look at this. Oh no, he's a power forward, 6'6", but an 88 ball handling, 215 pounds. You see how just different attributes. I just want to show y'all like different attributes. Let me find more people that's at the higher heights. All right, another 6'10" right here. Okay, ball handling 60. Okay, so these guys are able to handle the ball. Let's go to somebody like Dwight Howard and show you, right? We know he has a low 140. You see what I'm saying? It's differences. When you see certain big centers like Jokic and come on now, hold on. Let me go. Where he at? Hold on. Hold on. Another big center. Let me go to another one. Where is he? Embiid. Let me go to Embiid. Because people just have to understand 2K is going to get to the point where they're going to implement all this. 57. So he's low, but that's not that bad. But you see, he can still handle the ball in the post. It's probably his post is what I'm kind of thinking about. Let me see. Watch his post be crazy. I think I'm thinking of his post. Yeah, watch this post control be crazy. Let me see. Where is it? Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, it's his post control. I'm not really thinking of his ball handle. How he moves his footwork in the post, his control in the post, and he can still dribble the ball a little bit. You know, that's why at least he got a 57. All right, but you see, he's 7 foot though too. He's a bit taller, so I see why. Okay, we know Giannis already can control the ball, 6'11". Look at this, 87 ball control. Like 2K, y'all don't understand. They have to start getting to the point where they're like, you know what? How can we put this in the game? How can we get this in and it's going to be cool? Let's go to Steven Adams. He probably got a low one. I know Steven Adams. 35. You see the differences now? You know this type of center. I know how Steven Adams plays. Come on. We know how he plays. Defense type of guy. Come on now. You can see the differences. But if we look at the stats, the attributes, the abilities, we start to realize why, okay. They have to start getting it to the point where it's like this, where everybody's build is kind of getting to this unique point. So we know it's still going to be balanced. We're still going to have more badges than how these NBA players would have. But let's get on to the second part. Please be an empty court. Yes, there is one. Okay. So this is my 6'11" Anthony Davis build, right? And you see I have the sleeve on, but he would have a 67 ball handle. See what I'm saying? A 67. And people have to understand, just because you have a 67 does not mean you're a ball handler. It depends on what you can get a launch animation as a big, right? So that's still going to be in the game. They're still going to have that. It's not that powerful. Listen, you can get a body up if you have good perimeter defense and stop that. So it's just on skill. Now with certain bigs, you can do certain moves. There's many of moves that you can do. I can do certain little small crossovers to where I'm doing a little bit of dribble moves. Boom, boom, boom. Look, 6'11", speed boost. That's still going to be in the game. They're probably going to tone it down, refine it a little bit. You see how they got the animations different, the adrenaline, so it's going to be a little bit different now. The launch animations is going to play out differently, but you can still do, like, they need to change stuff like this. Look, don't you know when you try a crossover and go like that, that animation, they got to take that animation out. Even though it's a slow animation, they have to take that out. They have to make it to where the game is just fluid. It doesn't feel like you're just sticking and clunking. So that little animation, I keep getting good speed boost animations. Right there, boom. When you do your momentum and it stops and it fumbles up like that, they got to take that out the game. They got to take out a lot of clunks out the game. But you can see still with this big, you can get certain moves. You can move around. You see I can still move. Like right there, they got to take that out. Make that more of a smoother crossover once I switch it to my other hand. See, that's just 2K's animation. Really, I'm nice on the stick skill and I'm doing what I need to do, but it still just looks ugly. So stuff like that's going to be refined. 2K is going to fix all. Look, as a big, you can spin. You can get him in the post. You can spin. Oh, do a move like that. Stop. Come back. Oh, pull up. There's all types of game like that. That's how people should be playing, you know, and that type of play style. That you're gonna see a lot of that coming this year in the game. Trust me, everybody, you gonna see the same, you know, players that mash and do all that, but you're gonna see a lot of up and unders, a lot of post work, realistic looking stuff, because people are gonna want to use that, especially with the new switchback system, all that, implementing all that. They just changed it up. It's really the same type of mechanics, but they changed it up, calling it switchback. And you know, they changed it. Yeah. We're gonna get deeper into that more, all right, soon. So let's get into the next part. Now, when we come right here, you see we still are at the same system. This is why I want people to know that the game still has a kind of copy and paste implemented to it, because we're still at the 86 for having, once you hit 86, that's when you can start doing the, see, now they changed the game before to where, look, so they changed the game to where now when you're at 86, you just get abilities to do more launch animations. I need to write it down, but you get the ability to do more launch animations. You get certain faster, you get faster momentum crosses. You get quick chain animations to where you actually can cross the ball and move more in a kind of diagonal type of way to where you're breaking away from your defenders. Certain abilities, certain angles that you get to start moving as a dribbler. So that's what that 86 threshold means. It doesn't mean if you go with it like a 78, 77, you can't start getting up to an 80 and still start and unlock animations. You start to unlock quick chain animations at 80. So it's different levels and caps where they have certain moves depending on your stamina, how much stamina you have, how much the mathematics system, the badges, it goes deep. It's a very deep system. So knowing that this system is still here, we understand that builds that have 67s still gonna be able to move. Centers still gonna be able to move, get launch animations, because that's just realistic. Like, players can still launch off. Big players can still launch off, even if they're going slow. 2K just has to get the speed down packed to where it's even and it's balanced properly. So this is why we're still going to have the same type of superstar builds, where they said it here in the deep detail. The big key thing, and where I want to wrap this up at, is that the badges, okay? We know now badges are going to be separated. I do not see bigger certain builds having limitless range if you are going to be a defensive bigger build. Meaning, if you make a KD build, there's going to be some instances in defense that I feel like, even with my KD build, when I make it, that I will lack. But it depends how I make it. I can balance them out and not go too extreme. I definitely going to have to get that 90. We're going to talk about it later on, but it's a very good video. Make sure y'all watch my next video. But there's going to be some balances. You're not going to be able to have no center that's just Hall of Fame defense and then have limitless range and be able to shoot. They're going to have balances everywhere. This is why, just because the bully badge, just because of this badge being here, I know a lot of players not going to be able to get this. People keep wanting to think that, okay, let's say a point guard is going to get it. You're still not going to have the same animations as LeBron and Giannis. No matter how people want to spin that. All right, I get how people say, yeah, bully badge could be for certain small, bigger guards and stuff like that. I get it. That's cool. If it's like the 6'10", that's understandable. But you're gonna have to have a certain strength to correlate this. This is my biggest deep detailed thing I want to get to next, but it's next. It's coming next. I'm gonna break them down segments. But you're gonna have to have stats, and it's like 2K may have it to now where you may have to have 4 stats that correlate with each other, and they may not be in the same category, but they may tie into certain things. This is why the challenges, and I'm just putting it all together. Badge like Space Creator, it's a shooting badge now, but it's off of step back jumpers and hop shots, and you can still cause defenders to stumble. So this badge still has an effect that allows you to make players stumble. So we know still attributes is going to tie into certain things. You're still going to have playmaking abilities. If you have ankle breaker and you're doing a step back, you know how ankle breaker ties into Space Creator. Badges and stuff like that is still going to stack. Play styles are still going to stack. They have that all there. 2K probably just switching around with things stacked now, because you see how they have where's the badge at? Mismatch Expert, formerly a shooting badge. This badge now helps smaller guards break down taller defenders. So this is like the new badge that kind of is going to stack on to what other badge can we say? Killer combos, because tight handles is in here, right? So we know having these 2 badges on, it's going to stack crazy. You're going to be able to shift big men once they come over to you and shift them easily, because having this badge on. So it's going to work like the old badge in 17. I think it was 17, pick and roll maestro. As soon as a bigger player comes, but it's not, you don't even need to set a pick. It's just the ability to break them down better. So you see how they're breaking that down now? Once a bigger player comes over to you, you're going to have like an enhanced ability to break them down even more. So I wouldn't say it's cheesy to say it's cheesy, because think about it, a bigger player has advantages as well. Strength. That advantage is going to only kind of work on the outside, could work on the inside, depends on, it's basketball. I can't even start going that deep, but just know there's pros and cons to everything. Don't always look at stuff as it's OP. It's just the chess pieces you get to use, tools you get to use. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Understand each category is going to be a breakdown. Anchor, you can see it. Each category, there's going to be to a point where it's going to be a threshold, a cap out, to where you can't get certain badges. They're going to have it like that this year. They are. Hit that like button. Subscribe.